Exposed. My son's voice message revealed 7 incredible truths about our journey together. Jessica's heart raced as she hit play on Sam's voice message, a giddy anticipation swelling within her. This wasn't just a casual birthday greeting. No, it was a small treasure hidden within the mundane. The soft rasp of her son's voice washed over her like a warm embrace, pulling her back into countless memories packed with love and sacrifice. Mom, I know things haven't always been easy, but you've done so much for me. His words rolled out with a tenderness that pressed against her chest like a gentle weight. Tears brimmed in her eyes, her pulse quickening. In just a few seconds he unveiled a sacred truth she hadn't fully recognized. Their journey wasn't just about survival, it was a tapestry woven by love, challenges, and quiet resilience. As he continued, Sam spoke of his struggles, the pressures from friends to fit into a world of privileges they could never imagine. I've seen you fight for everything, and sometimes it feels like I'm just holding you back. Those words hit hard, like a dagger piercing through the protective shell she had built around them. Jessica felt both proud and heartbroken, realizing the depth of Sam's awareness. Her initial desire to shield him, rooted in unwavering love, had unknowingly created a gap. The pain of longing to hold on but understanding the necessity to let go gnawed at her resolve. Suddenly, she was jolted from her reverie. Walking into the local coffee shop, familiar faces emerged from the past, radiant and seemingly untouched by struggle. Their laughter cut through her like icicles. Oh, look who it is. Still working 2 jobs? The mocking tones stung, setting her heart racing anew. Their lives painted in colors she could not afford. It was suffocating. Each word they tossed around felt like an unspoken judgment against her hard-fought efforts as a mother. Doubt crept in, wrapping its tendrils around her. Was she doing enough for Sam? Did her strategic hustling shield him or torment him? Later that evening, at the community gathering, desperation mingled with hope. As voices buzzed around her, Jessica felt the weight of her vulnerability. She needed to share Sam's message. There was power in his raw honesty. I just listened to a heartfelt voice message from my son. The moment hung in the air like a suspended breath. The eyes of nearby parents softened, the atmosphere ripe with empathy. They understood her struggle, their nods and murmurs creating a warmth she had longed for, a sense of belonging amidst her fears of inadequacy. Before we continue, I need to let you know about something important that's happening. YouTube has been making changes to the system, and many people are losing notifications from channels they follow. If you're enjoying the content, hit that bell and mark all notifications so you don't miss the next videos. And if you can drop a like, it really helps me with reach. Seriously, it makes a difference. Oh, let me know in the comments where you're watching from. I'm always curious to know who's on the other side of the screen. Now let's continue. As she shared the essence of Sam's words, she felt something shift within her. Their shared struggles had birthed connections, stories woven into the collective fabric of parenthood that resonated across the room. Jessica's heart swelled with newfound hope. Yet, as gratitude filled the space, the stark reality of the rift with Sam remained. Would they be able to find their way back to each other? Would she be able to loosen her hold while assuring him that love was their true wealth? As she walked home beneath a star-speckled sky, Jessica's mind raced with hope and unease. The weight of Sam's message lingered in her heart, igniting an urgency to bridge their gap. How would their journey evolve now that the truth was out in the open? The night air was crisp and filled with the sound of distant laughter from a nearby street fair. Jessica walked slowly, feeling each step beneath her like a grounding force. Stars twinkled above, but her thoughts were clouded. She replayed the voice message in her mind. Each phrase echoed with layers she hadn't fully unraveled. Mom, I know things haven't always been easy. Sam's voice brought both a smile and a deep ache. In those moments she felt pride swell in her chest like fireworks. He understood her fights, her sacrifices. But the knowledge that he felt like a burden twisted in her gut. She wondered if he thought she regretted anything. Did he really believe that? As she neared home, she saw the light from their living room window, a beacon that comforted her. Inside, the world was familiar and safe, her collection of mismatched furniture. The kitchen filled with the lingering scent of burnt cookies from that afternoon's baking adventure gone slightly wrong. Sam had insisted on adding sprinkles to everything, even if they didn't quite belong. A single chuckle escaped her, lightening her heart just a bit, but shadows loomed behind the laughter. She needed to find Sam, to reach out and reassure him that they were in this together. The weight of her decisions loomed large. Should she talk to him about the voice message right away? Or should she let it simmer? Would he feel overwhelmed by the emotions, or would it push them closer? As she stepped inside, the sound of the television filled the silence. He was on the couch, playfully arguing with a character on the screen. The sight of him made her heart flutter with warmth. Her boy, so grown up yet still so vulnerable. "Hey buddy," she said softly, making her way over. Sam turned, excitement lighting up his face. "Mom, did you hear what happened in this episode?" She smiled, but her heart wasn't in the show. Instead, it was racing at the thought of her next words. "Actually, I did something today. I listened to your voice message." His face froze for a heartbeat, and Jessica's breath caught in her throat. Would he grimace, retreat, or open up? It was a gamble. "You heard it?" Sam's eyes widened, a mixture of anxiety and curiosity swirling in those deep pools. "What did you think?" Taking a seat on the armrest, she took a deep breath. "I felt proud, Sam. You're so aware of everything. I didn't realize how much you carry. But I need you to know that you don't hold me back, you enrich my life." Silence enveloped the room, punctuated only by the quiet hum of the television. Jessica could almost see the gears turning in his mind. His brows furrowed, and she could sense he needed time to process. The vulnerability of that moment felt electric, as if the very air was charged with truth. Just then he sighed, his expression shifting to a mix of relief and uncertainty. "I thought maybe I was making it harder for you. Like maybe I should just try to fit in more." Jessica's heart sank. "I never want you to fit into someone else's mold, Sam. Being you is enough. We can navigate this together. Let's not hide from each other." Sam held her gaze for a long moment, then nodded, the flicker of understanding passing between them. But she could tell there was still more to unravel. The connection was frayed but not broken. An unspoken question lingered. What if he needed more than words from her? What if it was bigger than just their relationship? Would they be able to confront the fear of that gap together? As Jessica shifted to comfort, a quiet determination settled in her heart. With every conversation, every shared laugh, they were drying the tears of distance. But what awaited them next in their journey toward healing? She gathered her thoughts, fully aware that this was just the beginning. The real work was yet to come. The atmosphere in the room hung thick with silence, a soft tension stretching between them. Jessica could feel the weight of Sam's uncertainty hovering as he shifted on the couch, his fingers nervously tapping against the armrest. Her mind raced through possibilities. Could they tear down these invisible walls and rebuild trust? "Mom," Sam finally spoke, breaking the stillness. "You know, when I sent that message, I didn't think it would mean so much to you." His brows knitted together, the boyish confusion in his expression tugging at her heart. "I just thought maybe it was the only way to say what I was feeling." "Sam," she replied, her voice steady but soft, "you did say what you were feeling. And it's so important to me. I want to hear your thoughts, your feelings, even the messy parts." He looked down and took a deep breath. "It's just hard sometimes. I don't want to be the reason you struggle. I see you working so hard, sacrificing." Jessica felt a swell of emotion, the sadness that came from his worry, but also a fierce pride. "You need to know that I don't see you as a burden, okay? You inspire me every day to be better, to fight harder. You're my motivation." A flicker of surprise crossed Sam's face, a flash of hope igniting within those worried eyes. "Really?" "Yes, really." She leaned forward, wanting him to absorb her words. "You're so capable, Sam. And whatever challenges come our way, we'll face them together. I mean it." The sincerity in her voice seemed to sink in, the walls Sam had built around his heart beginning to crack. He shifted again, leaning slightly closer, pulling her in as if he was searching for reassurance. "But when I think about trying to make things easier for you, it just feels impossible." His admission echoed like a confession. Jessica felt her breath hitch, and she took the opportunity to reach for his hand, squeezing it. "Life isn't about making things easy. It's about growing through the hard stuff. Together. So don't hide from me. If something bothers you, let us talk it out, okay?" He glanced down at their hands, a small smile creeping onto his lips. "Okay. I guess I've been scared you'd want to go your own way." "No way." She laughed lightly, her heart fluttering at the unexpected joy in that moment. "I'm with you all the way. We'll figure this out. But it doesn't have to be a solo mission. As she spoke, she felt a strong surge of warmth course through her, like a gentle blanket wrapping around both of them. They were united in a way that hadn't felt possible before. Yet she knew they were still hovering at the edge of a deeper conversation. There was more to uncover beneath the surface. Sam, she said, leaning in a bit closer. What else did you mean when you talked about wanting to fit in? Is there something you're holding back? He hesitated, the shadow darkening his eyes. She could see doubt creeping back, threatening to douse the flicker of hope. It's just sometimes I feel different. Like I'm not living up to what everyone expects of me. Like I don't belong. The vulnerability in his voice tugged at her heart, reminding her that they were still navigating uncharted territory. You belong here. You belong with me, she assured him. But she could tell more was left unsaid. Jessica took a deep breath, the words bubbling up. Tell me what makes you feel different. Tell me and let us break it down together. The air felt charged again with both challenge and promise. Sam searched her eyes and Jessica held his gaze, determined to see him through whatever storm was building within. What revelations waited just beneath the surface? Would they unearth truths that would bind them closer together, or tear them apart? A flicker of anxiety ignited in her stomach at the thought. But in moments like this, courage was necessary, and she was ready to take that leap. It was time to face the music together. What awaited them on the other side? Sam's eyes darted toward the window, the late afternoon sun casting long shadows across the room. The golden light painted a warmth that didn't quite match the chill creeping back into his heart. This wasn't just an ordinary conversation. It felt like standing at the edge of a cliff, peering into the unknown. Mom, he began slowly, choosing his words like one might tread carefully on thin ice. It's just I try so hard to fit in at school. I look around and everyone seems to know exactly who they are. I feel lost, like I'm wearing a mask but can't find the right face to put behind it. Jessica's heart ached for him. She remembered her own high school days, the desperate yearning to fit in, the struggle to carve out an identity. You're not alone in this, Sam. Promise you. So many kids feel the same way, even if they don't show it. He shook his head, frustration bubbling to the surface. But it feels different for me. It's like there's this unspoken rule that I don't know about. I hear people talking about who they're dating or which sport they're playing, and I feel outside. Almost like an imposter. His honesty hit her like a wave. She reached for him again, this time wrapping both hands around his, desperate to convey the depth of her understanding. You're not an imposter. You're just figuring things out just like everyone else. And it's okay to take your time. He frowned, looking down again as if seeking solace in his own thoughts. Sometimes I wonder if it's because of, you and what we've been through. If it makes me less normal. Jessica felt her breath hitch again. Sam, my journey shouldn't define who you are. You are your own person, she said, her voice firm yet gentle. She was fighting to keep his eyes on her. You are smart, talented, and compassionate. That's what matters. He glanced up, a flicker of something, perhaps hope, dancing behind his eyes. But what if people don't see that? Then let them miss out, she replied firmly. You can't control other people's perceptions, but you can stay true to yourself. That's the only way you'll find the people who truly matter, the ones who appreciate you for you. For a moment, silence enveloped them again. Jessica could almost hear the gears turning in Sam's mind. Would he accept what she said? Would he allow the words to seep through the cracks in his armor? Sometimes I just want to scream. Sam blurted. I want to scream that I'm okay being different. But what if no one else feels that way? Jessica fought back tears as pride swelled within her. Then we'll scream together. You have to own who you are. It's not about fitting in. It's about belonging to yourself first. He looked thoughtful for a moment. You really believe that? Absolutely, she replied, maintaining her gaze on him. And I'd give anything to help you see just how exceptional you are. No one else can shine the way you do. Something shifted in Sam's expression. A little light seemed to hunt through those doubts that clouded his eyes. I'll try. But I still don't know how. Start small, Jessica suggested, smiling softly. Every voice matters. Let yours be heard, even if it's just to me. No judgment, just honesty. The corners of his mouth curled up slightly. Okay, I think I can do that. As their moment of communion deepened, Jessica could feel that sense of hope growing inside her. They could tackle the world together, block by block, like a puzzle waiting to reveal its picture. But as Sam's smile brightened the room, a shadow flickered across his features. Mom. He hesitated, biting his lower lip. What if there's something else? Something I've never told you? Her heart raced again. What do you mean? I've been hiding something, and I'm not sure if I'm ready to share it. But I know it's important. The air thickened between them, anticipation crackling like electricity. Would this be the moment that pulled open a door she wasn't ready to confront? Sam's gaze drifted away from her, focusing instead on the floor as if the patterned rug held answers. Jessica felt a knot tightening in her stomach. She wanted to reach out, to pull him back into their moment, but something told her to stay still, to let him find his voice in the tangle of emotions swirling inside him. What is it? She pressed gently, the weight of his silence hanging heavily in the room. He closed his eyes for a second, taking a deep breath. It's about who I am. I know I'm different in a way that scares me. I haven't told anyone yet. Jessica's heart raced, both with concern and curiosity. Different how? You can tell me anything. I'm here to support you. Sam ran a hand through his hair, frustration bubbling beneath the surface. I don't want to surprise you, or disappoint you. I don't really know how to say this. Jessica leaned forward, resting her elbows on her knees, trying to convey openness. Just say it, sweetheart. Whatever it is, I promise to listen. With a shaky exhale, he finally spoke. I think I'm gay. The words felt like a pebble dropped in a still pond, causing ripples that shifted the very ground beneath them. Time froze. Jessica's heart raced, surprised by the calmness of his declaration amidst the thunderclap of feelings in the air. She had been worried about this moment, but now it was here, and she didn't know how to respond. She began, her voice catching in her throat. Thank you for trusting me with this. His eyes filled with uncertainty. Are you okay? Are you upset? She shook her head vehemently, warmth swelling inside her. No, not at all. I'm really proud of you for being brave enough to share this. I want you to feel safe being who you are. His shoulders relaxed a fraction. But what about school? What if they don't accept me? Jessica felt a wave of protectiveness wash over her. There will always be challenges, honey. People can be narrow-minded. But there are also amazing friends out there who will love and support you for being exactly who you are. Those are the people you want to find. Sam's expression shifted, and for the first time, a hint of relief broke through the clouds of worry. Do you think you could help me talk to them? Like at school? Of course, she replied, her voice steady. But remember, it's ultimately your decision. You get to control who knows and when. This is your journey, and I'll stand by you every step of the way. He swallowed hard, contemplating her words, the flickering hope reignited in his eyes. What if I'm still just me? What if nothing changes? Jessica smiled softly, feeling a new warmth cementing their bond. Nothing changes in the essence of who you are, Sam. You are still the kind, intelligent, funny person I know and love. This is just part of the incredible tapestry that makes you, you. Her words hung in the air, resonating with an emotional gravity. They faced a new chapter, one filled with uncertainty but also potential. But just as that realization settled, Sam seemed to hesitate again, the weight of unspoken thoughts lingering between them. Mom, there's one more thing. Her heart quickened. What is it? You can tell me. His brow furrowed, and as he took a deep breath, the gravity of the moment drew in tighter. What if I've been holding back more than just my feelings about myself? Jessica's stomach sank slightly, her heart racing again. What other truths had he been grappling with? Would she be ready to hear them all? Jessica felt a rush of anxiety course through her veins. What do you mean, honey? She asked, her voice barely above a whisper. Sam hesitated, the tension in the air growing thicker. He looked away, staring at a framed photo on the shelf, a snapshot of happier times, a family summer trip to the beach. A time when life felt simpler, unburdened by the weight of secrets. It's not just about being gay, he finally admitted, his voice trembling slightly. It's about everything else. Everything that feels so hard and confusing right now. Jessica's heart squeezed. She understood. This moment was bigger than just a revelation. It was a doorway opening to a storm of emotions brewing inside her son. I'm listening, she encouraged softly, reaching out to hold his hand. He glanced down at their hands connected, the warmth between them sparking a flicker of courage. I've been feeling out of place for so long. Like no matter where I am, I'm just not really me. I want to socialize and join clubs, but I always hold back. I want to tell some of my friends, but what if they treat me differently? What if they think I'm just trying to be someone I'm not? Jessica squeezed his hand tighter. You're not trying to be someone you're not. You're discovering who you really are. And that's a good thing, even if it feels scary. You should be proud of that. Sam swallowed hard, his voice barely above a whisper. And what if I told you I think I like someone? The air in the room shifted. Oh, she responded, her interest piqued. Do you want to share who that is? He looked embarrassed, the blood rushing to his cheeks. Well, it's someone from school. A boy in my art class. But we've never really talked, and I don't know how to approach him. Jessica's heart swelled with a mix of empathy and excitement. That's perfectly normal. It's terrifying to put yourself out there. Especially when you're feeling unsure about who you are, and how they might react. But Sam, you don't have to do it alone. We can come up with a plan together. Sam looked at her, a faint glimmer of hope shining in his eyes. You really want to help me? Always, she replied earnestly. This is part of your story, and I want to be right there with you. Taking a deep breath, he continued, and there's one last thing. Sometimes I just want to shout that I'm gay, but then I get scared. Scared of how people will react. Scared of losing friends, scared of disappointing you. The vulnerability in his words struck her hard. Sweetheart, you could never disappoint me. I just want you to be happy. What you feel, who you love is beautiful. You have every right to live your truth. Sam leaned back, slowly absorbing her words. Jessica felt a rush of pride for him. This journey would be filled with ups and downs, but each moment they faced together brought them closer. Suddenly, the weight of Sam's confession felt like a mountain lifted. I just wish I could be more confident about all of this. What if I am still the same old Sam? Do I just tell people in one big swoop? Or how do you even start? He looked lost, and she knew it was time for the next step. Let us start by figuring out how comfortable you are with those close to you. As they sat in the warm glow of their living room, filled with possibilities yet to be explored, Sam's phone buzzed on the coffee table, drawing their attention. Who is that? Jessica asked, glancing briefly at the screen. I don't know. It's a voice message. Sam picked up the phone, a frown flickering across his face. What was lurking in the digital shadows? As he pressed play, the room filled with voices, and Jessica felt her heart race. Would this reveal another layer of Sam's struggles? Or perhaps an unexpected ally? Mom, I don't know if I'm ready for this. Sam's voice trembled again, uncertainty filling his eyes. We'll face it together, she reassured him, but the tremor in her own heart echoed his uncertainty. What truths would the message bring forth, and how would they reshape everything they had just discussed? As Sam pressed play, a familiar voice echoed through the room. It was Liam, his best friend from school. Hey Sam. I just wanted to say something. I hope you don't mind me sending this. There was a pause, a moment of hesitance. I've been thinking a lot about how everyone's been talking about who they are lately, and honestly, I've been struggling too. I hope you know that you can talk to me about anything. Sam's eyes widened in surprise, and Jessica held her breath, sensing the weight of Liam's words. An unspoken connection hung in the air. Sam's friend was reaching out, offering a lifeline. I saw your art project from class, by the way. It's amazing. You have so much talent. Anyway, just wanted to remind you I'm here if you need someone to share what you're going through. You're not alone, okay? The message ended and silence enveloped the space. Sam looked stunned, processing the unexpected support. Liam, he really said that? He murmured, a flicker of hope igniting in his gaze. Jessica leaned closer. It sounds like he's ready to listen, sweetheart. Maybe this could be a way to start feeling more comfortable about sharing your truth. You're not navigating this alone. You have friends who care about you. A soft smile appeared on Sam's face, and he picked up the phone again, analyzing the screen as if it held the key to his next steps. I can't believe he feels the same way. I thought it was just me. Jessica's heart swelled. It's a lot more common than you think. So many people have struggles, even those who seem perfectly fine. This creates an opportunity for connection. But what if he sees me differently after I tell him? Sam's voice fell again. Then you'll know who your true friends are. The ones who will choose to accept you for who you are. Taking a deep breath, Sam nodded slowly, feeling the warmth of his mother's unwavering support. Maybe I could reply to him, tell him I want to talk? Yes, that sounds perfect, Jessica encouraged, imagining the possibilities unfolding before her son. You could even ask him to meet up after school, a casual hangout. Start small. Sam hesitated. It was a giant step, but this time he felt ready to leap. Okay, I'll do it. I mean, how much worse could it get? He said, half joking. Yet the determination in his voice revealed a deeper truth. Jessica grinned, her heart feeling lighter. Exactly. Look how far you've come already. You're braver than you know. I'm proud of you for taking this step. As Sam began to compose his message, she leaned back, observing her son's deft fingers tapping away on the screen. This moment felt different. It was filled with a vibrant energy, like a blossoming flower reaching for the sun after a long winter. They could see the dawn of something new on the horizon. Suddenly, the phone buzzed again. This time it was another message, but it wasn't from Liam. It was from a number Sam didn't recognize. His face fell, and the brightness in the room dimmed for a second. Who is it? Jessica asked, holding her breath with a shaky hand. Sam opened the message. Each word hit him like a punch to the gut. Sam, we need to talk. I heard something and I think you should know that rumors are spreading. The weight of the words hung heavily in the air. Sam felt frozen, his heart racing. What rumors? He muttered, overwhelmed with dread. What do they know? Jessica's mind raced, and she felt the world tilt under her feet. Sam's eyes brimmed with fear. Would this expose his vulnerability before he was ready? Mom, he whispered, uncertainty creeping back into his voice. Would this be the end of what little confidence he had gained, or the challenge that could bring them closer? How do we face this? He asked, longing for guidance once again as they stared at the screen together. The reality loomed larger than ever. What repercussions awaited them in the light of day? Would they be strong enough to withstand the trials ahead? The shadows were closing in, and only time would tell what storm lay on the horizon. Would they fight together? Or would secrets fracture their bond? A heavy silence settled over the room, a palpable tension as Sam and Jessica processed the words on the screen. Sam's heart raced, each beat echoing louder in his ears. This wasn't just a casual message. This was a warning. Mom, what does this mean? Sam's voice was barely above a whisper. The brightness from earlier had vanished, replaced by a storm cloud of anxiety. Jessica's brow furrowed. It means we need to be prepared. People talk, Sam. They think they know things about each other, but often, it's just guesses and assumptions. Yeah, but what if they're right? Sam's eyes darted around the room, searching for an escape from this sinking feeling. The very thought of his inner struggles being centered in gossip made his stomach churn. They can't know everything, Jessica reassured him, squeezing his hand. You have to remember, the only person who knows your truth is you. As Sam took a deep breath, he felt the weight of her words. Maybe she was right. He just had to summon that same courage he felt when he read Liam's message. But what if they think I'm weird, or worse? Sam, everyone is fighting their own battles, even those who seem the most perfect. What's important is how you view yourself, Jessica explained. Let us take this step by step together. The thought of confronting this situation filled Sam with turmoil. It felt like every eye in the school would be on him, whispering secrets and casting judgments. What if I just ignore it? Maybe it'll blow over? No, Sam. Ignoring it might make it worse. It could turn into something even bigger, Jessica urged gently. You need to take control of the narrative. Sam bit his lip, fear mingling with determination. Okay, how do we do that? Start by talking to Liam. He's in your corner, Jessica said softly. Reach out to him not just as a friend, but as the person you trust. His support could be the anchor you need. Sam nodded slowly, still feeling apprehensive. I guess I could text him back. Maybe ask him what he heard? Jessica smiled, pride bubbling within her. That's the spirit. You'll see that sharing your truth will empower you. People respect honesty. Brings you all closer. Just as Sam was about to respond to Liam, another notification blipped on his screen. His heart sank again. Was it more bad news? Sheer dread twisted inside him. Peering at the message, he reluctantly tapped it open. Hey Sam, it's Jamie. I heard you might need to clear some things up. Let us meet after school. What does he mean? Sam's face paled. I don't want to deal with Jamie right now. Jessica rose from her seat, determination setting her jaw. You can face this, Sam. Whatever Jamie thinks he knows can't take away your strength. Meet him. But what if he tries to pressure me? Sam shot back, panic rising. Then you stand firm. Show him you're not afraid to speak your truth. You deserve to express yourself without fear, Jessica urged, her voice steady and calming. Gazing at the messages, Sam's mind raced. Could he muster the courage to meet Jamie and Liam? This was a chance to reclaim his narrative. But that nagging uncertainty crept back in, bubbling just under the surface. What would he say? Would they understand? As he closed his eyes, he felt his heart skip a beat. Okay, I'll do it, he declared, needing to push past the fear. I'll talk to them. Just as he began typing again, another message arrived, a group text from a group Sam had almost forgotten about. We're thinking of doing something fun this weekend. Are you in? His heart raced. For a moment, excitement blotted out the worry. Could this be a fresh start? With a breath, he raised his head to meet his mother's steady gaze. As he typed a response to the group, something shifted within him. The unknown loomed, but for the first time it didn't feel quite so scary. Maybe his journey was beginning to unfold in a way he hadn't anticipated. With a mix of hope and fear, Sam wondered what would happen next. Would these conversations be the key to his freedom, or would they plunge him into a deeper pit? The screen lit up again. The next message could change everything. What awaited him just on the other side of fear? The following morning, the sky was a bruised purple, dark clouds hanging low, reminding Sam of his unsettled heart. He stared at himself in the bathroom mirror, his reflection seeming foreign and strange, as if the weight of unspoken words had physically altered him. Today was not just another day. It marked a difficult choice. Are you ready? Jessica's voice cut through the stillness. She stood in the kitchen, pouring coffee into a travel mug, the smell filling the air, a comforting echo of normality. Sam nodded, but the twist in his stomach said otherwise. He recalled the conversation he'd reluctantly agreed to. Meeting Jamie and Liam, the two people at the center of his growing dread. Would they judge him? Did they already have their opinions set in stone? Each thought felt like a rock tumbling down a steep hill inside him. Remember to breathe, Jessica reminded him as she caught the anxious flicker in his eyes. It's just a conversation, Sam. You've got this. He forced a smile, but inside his heart was sprinting. After finishing breakfast, he grabbed his backpack, the weight of it somehow feeling heavier, suffocating. At school, halls buzzed with chatter, students weaving in and out of lockers. Sam felt like a ghost, invisible among the throng. When he spotted Liam, his heart leapt. Liam waved, and for the briefest moment, the anxiety subsided. Hey man, you alright? Liam asked as they met. His tone was lighter, friendly, and it made Sam feel a sliver of comfort. I guess so, just a little nervous, Sam admitted, averting his eyes. Don't sweat it. Whatever Jamie thinks he knows, it doesn't define you. Easier said than done, Sam sighed. As they walked toward their first class, dread settled back in. The bell rang, cutting through the murmurs, and in the chaos of movements, Sam felt the walls closing in. Jamie's shadow seemed to loom larger with every step. Dude, just remember, I'm right here, Liam reassured him, nudging Sam's shoulder playfully. They reached their class, and Sam's thoughts pulled him in every direction. What if Jamie pressed him about things he wasn't ready to share? He took a seat, glancing at the clock, ticking away the last moments before the bell would call them out to the courtyard. When the time finally arrived, Sam's heart pounded against his ribs as Liam walked beside him toward the rendezvous point. It was a small corner by the trees, practically a hidden alcove from the rest of the school. Jamie was already there, leaning against a tree, arms crossed, exuding an air of casual indifference. Hey, he greeted, his voice steady but lacking warmth. Hey, Sam managed to respond, but his anxiety was palpable. The moment hung in the air, thick and electric. Listen, there's been a lot of talk. People say stuff, and I just thought we should clear the air. Jamie's eyes narrowed. Yet there was a glimmer of something else, curiosity or maybe concern. Yeah, I guess we should, Sam replied, his voice steadier than he felt. He wasn't ready to spill everything, but maybe this was a start. What do you want to say? Jamie prompted, leaning closer, the judgment palpable now. Sam's throat tightened. The truth was simmering inside him, and he could feel it itch to escape. But how? He fought against the urge to retreat, desperately grasping for control. Just as he opened his mouth to speak, Liam stepped in. Why don't we start by talking about what you've heard? That way we can clear up each misconception. The sudden pivot caught Sam off guard. He felt a surge of gratitude for Liam's support. Right, Jamie said, averting his gaze, momentarily caught off balance. Well, people are saying things about you like who you are and what you're going through. Sam inhaled sharply. Did he want to address the whispers? Could he share his truth without feeling exposed? The silence wrapped around them, and in it, Sam suddenly felt something shift. He took a step forward, opened his mouth, and then realized his voice might finally break free. But uncertainty threaded through him again, and the words hung, ready to tumble out like a dam about to break. Would he risk it all for the freedom of honesty? The moment weighed heavily in the air, and he paused, poised on the brink of revelation. Would he finally unveil the truth? Or would he retreat back into silence? As Sam stood at the edge of his own fears, the warm sunlight wrapping around him felt both reassuring and constraining. He could feel the weight of expectations pressing down, but more importantly, he felt the warmth of friendship beside him. Liam's presence offered a sense of courage, a reminder that he didn't have to face this moment alone. Think about what you want, Sam, Liam murmured, just loud enough for him to hear, nudging him gently. Those simple words acted like a beacon of light in Sam's swirling thoughts. Jamie was still watching, curious and questioning. The silence hung thick, wrapping around them, and for a fleeting moment, Sam's resolve wavered. What if he stumbled? What if he faltered? But then he remembered his mother's voice, reassuring and steady. You have every right to live your truth, she had said, and somehow that meant all the difference. He inhaled deeply, pushing past the rising anxiety, and finally took a step forward. All right, Jamie, he began, his voice stronger than he expected. There's been a lot on my mind and I think it's time I said it. Jamie shifted, intrigued but still guarded, his arms uncrossing slightly as if he was bracing himself for what was to come. I'm not hiding anymore, Sam continued, feeling the butterflies in his stomach try to twist him into knots. Yep, there are things people are saying, and honestly I'm tired of pretending I don't care. So let us just get it out in the open. I'm figuring out who I am. I'm gay. The words left his lips, surprisingly smooth, with a clarity that surprised even him. There it was, the floodgate had opened. He stared directly into Jamie's eyes, searching for a sign, any glimmer of understanding. For a moment there was silence. It was as if time stood still. He could see Jamie processing the weight of the revelation. Wow, Jamie finally muttered, looking genuinely taken aback. I didn't know. I am glad you told me. A rush of relief flooded through Sam, but he still felt the need to say more. I've been scared of how everyone might react, or if it would change how people see me. But if I don't say it, I feel like I'm just being swallowed by things I can't control. That makes sense, Jamie replied thoughtfully, his stance transforming from judgment to something resembling camaraderie. It's hard to be vulnerable, especially in this mess of high school. Trust me, I get it. Just then Liam stepped in. There are other kids who feel the same way, Sam. You won't be fighting this battle alone. People talk a lot, but you have the chance to show them who you really are. As he spoke, Sam felt a wave of camaraderie wash over him, less like battling an opponent, and more like confronting a storm together. Yeah, he said, a small smile starting to break through his anxiety. I guess I can handle it. But what if others don't react like I hope they will? Sam felt a familiar twinge of doubt creeping back in. Would he face hostility or acceptance? You can't control their reactions, but you can control how you respond, Jamie said, his voice steady. And right now, you're doing something brave. You're being real. Sam felt a shift deep within, as if hidden reservoirs of strength were being tapped into. Thank you, Jamie, Sam said, feeling genuine warmth spread in his chest. I just wasn't sure what you'd think. Don't get me wrong, Jamie replied with a grin, it's a surprise. But I think it takes guts. And you don't need to worry about losing friends over this. You'll find out who's really there for you. Exactly, Liam chimed in, his support unwavering. You'll solidify the real ones and let go of the pretenders. That's how life goes. With each shared affirmation, Sam felt a sense of freedom growing. The walls he had built around his heart began slowly crumbling, brick by brick. Maybe, just maybe, this was the push he needed to confront the tumult around him, not just with Jamie, but with everyone else too, as they discussed plans for the future. Envisioning a world painted with new possibilities, Sam knew he was stepping onto a path of authenticity. The shadows lurking behind seemed less foreboding now. He had shifted from fracture to connection, a butterfly breaking through the chrysalis. Later that evening, sitting on the couch with his mom, Sam felt lighter. He couldn't wait to tell her everything. "Guess what I did today?" he greeted with an enthusiastic smile as Jessica looked up from her reading. "What?" she asked, her eyes shining with curiosity. "I finally let it out. I told them." "Told who?" she replied, tilting her head in wonder. "Jamie and Liam. I told them I'm gay." Jessica's eyes widened with pride, her own heart swelling. "Sam, that's amazing. How did it feel?" "Felt freeing. Like I can finally breathe," he said, tears of joy brimming in his eyes. Her face lit up, enveloping him in warmth. "I've always said your voice matters. I'm so proud of you." As they hugged, Sam realized this was just the start of many things yet to come. He had taken the first step, and with his mom by his side, he felt unstoppable. The journey ahead might still be fraught with challenges, but somehow every piece felt easier with love surrounding him. And in that love, in honesty and acceptance, lay their true strength. Now it was time to embrace who he was. And just like that, with hearts bursting with possibility, they stepped forward together into the glow of their shared future. If you felt moved by Sam's incredible journey and want to see more transformative stories, this is the moment to show your support. Subscribe immediately to the channel so you don't miss the next exclusive stories. Leave a like now to feed the algorithm. Trust us, it makes a difference. Comment below with your reactions and feelings about this heartwarming ending. And don't wait not even one more second to share instantly this video with at least 5 friends who need to see this transformation. Only true fans understand how much these actions mean for the community.